What is up? My name is Tim. This is stretch block number 4. If you're going to be doing this, probably going to have some yoga blocks handy or books or maybe a towel. We're going to work a lot of upper body. So I hope you guys are ready. Strap in. It's going to be a fun one. So we're going to open up with cars. Again, controlled articular rotations, working on neck all the way down to toe. Take you through step by step. We're going to do this for time instead of for reps. So you're thinking quality, not quantity. Get as many quality reps as you can in the quantity. All right, let's open up with neck. Find a good base position, feet hip width apart, nice, steady, strong position to move. Let's go ahead, bring that chin down towards your chest. Rotate towards your left shoulder, drop the ear, circle all the way around, bringing that ear to the opposite shoulder, rotate, bring it back to the start. We're going to continue in that direction for 30 seconds, and then I'll let you guys know when to switch. Thinking about making that circle as big as you can, 1 mile per hour, trying to rotate through as much of a range of motion as you can. If you feel any pain when you get to that closing angle or that small angle side, just simply go through a little less range of motion. Once you get to the start, reverse directions. Now we're going the opposite direction, just going 1 mile per hour, trying to make that circle as big as you can through each rotation as you can. You might find you have a little bit more range or a little bit more fluidity with movement, one way versus the other. That's normal. We are naturally asymmetrical, meaning we have a difference from left to right. This is why we put so much emphasis on unilateral movements within our program. When you finish this rep, go ahead, relax. We're going to move it down the spine. Give yourself a little bear hug. We're going to bring our chest down towards the ground. We're going to rotate towards your left, drop your left shoulder, circle all the way around. When you get to the start, keep going in that same direction, 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Circle all the way around. Remember, if you feel a pain in that closing angle side, aka the small side, that means we have a little bit of impingement going on. We just want to take a little bit of range of motion off. If you feel a lot of pain, you may need to stop entirely. But as we're going through this, try to explore as much space as you can. Finish the rep that you're currently on. Let's reverse direction. Going 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Locking in that joint above, which would be your neck, and that joint below, which would be your hip. Only thing moving is your entire spinal column from your tailbone to the bottom of your neck. And finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll come back to the start. Now we're going to go arms out in front, closed fist, because we want to isolate that scapula. Now we're going to retract our shoulder blades back, elevate your shoulder blades up, push your shoulder blades forward, bring your shoulder blades down. If this is backwards, we're going to keep going backwards for 30 seconds. So this one direction, retract, elevate, protract, depress, and keep circling forward. Imaginary shelf our hands are sitting on, so our hands can go forward and back, but we want to avoid them going up and down. Finish the rep that you're currently on, get back to the start, now we'll reverse. Protract, elevate, retract, depress. Now we're moving a forward circle. Again, hands forward and back, not up and down. 1 mile per hour here. Take your time. Try to make that circle as big as you can. You'll notice you'll get a little fatigued in that mid and upper back. This just means that we're moving through a little bit more of a range or more focus than we normally do, which is all natural. As we go through this, you might find a crampy sensation. That just means we're entering ranges that we're not accustomed to, and your body's trying to find a way to either accommodate that range or maybe possibly get out of it. These are now potential that we're adding into it. So the more comfort we get at that range, the better we're going to be at that range. I'm going to move on to shoulder. Let's go left side. Point your thumb pointed straight out. The first move is going to be up, across. Keep that thumb pointed out as long as you can. When you get to that ear, Start to rotate that bicep in, that thumb will come forward, then reach that arm behind. We're going to keep that rotation going till we get to that pocket. Now that thumb should be pointed behind us. Reverse that direction, you'll feel a block. Then we start to unrotate or unravel and just retrace our steps. We're going to do this one for 60 seconds. So we're going to keep going back and forth from forward to back to forward for 60 seconds, trying to accrue as many quality reps as we possibly can. Remember, we're looking for quality, not quantity here. 1 mile per hour, lock that rib cage in, thinking about creating as much of a circle as you possibly can. Excellent work. Keep it going. And let's finish this rep that we're currently on, and then we'll flip to the other side. Now we're going to go right side, thumb pointed out, bring it all the way to your ear, bring that arm all the way back, reverse direction, 1 mile per hour here. Thinking about tick-tocking forward and back to forward. As you get to those like sticky parts, that top of the shoulder, that extended position of the shoulder, or when the arms pointed back, create as much tension throughout your body is the concept called irradiation, meaning that we're trying to create tension or stability to access more range in a particular joint. This is a really important concept to start to establish during cars, that concept of irradiation, to access more range and get more out of the actual exercise. Pails and rails, even breathing. The more we can focus on locking in certain joints, it's a concept called centration, of locking in a joint to create more stability and more output. Same concept with the radiation. Create more stability throughout your body, create this almost Valsalva type of mechanism. Let's finish this rep that we're currently on, and we're going to move on to elbow. So thumbs pointed out, we're going to flex at the elbow, get all the way up to your bicep hitting your forearm, rotate your thumbs inward, come on back down, reverse direction. We're going to just tick-tock back and forth in this pronated to supinated, aka holding soup, dumping the soup, for 3 reps here, not necessarily for time. Awesome. Once you finish with 3 reps, we'll bring your hands up to 90, or elbows up to 90 degrees, palm in a supinated position. Close your fist. Let's bring your fist down towards the ground, and we're going to make a clockwise circle for 3 reps. And then a counterclockwise circle for 3 reps. We're going to move into hip. If you need something stable, like a wall or even a chair, by all means, please grab one. We're going to work on hip, and the more balance and stability we have, the more range we'll have. We're going to do the same thing we did on hip as we did shoulder. So whatever leg, inside arm's going to be holding. Let's bring that knee all the way up towards your chest, as high as you can. Rotate that shin inward. Pull that knee out wide. Reach that heel behind, keeping your torso nice and tall, circulating back and forth for 60 reps. This one's going to bring more attention to creating stability. So as I bring that knee out and I rotate that heel behind, that torso is going to want to dump the opposite way. That's creating space. And you'll notice that position when we get into our flexibility work, aka pails and rails. And this is trying to create space that my hip doesn't have. So I'm going to dump my torso away to give myself the perception of having space in that joint, where I'm literally just trying to find a way to compensate in that direction. So fight that now. Create this active range of motion as you're going through that hip. So knee up, rotate, bring that heel behind you, keeping that torso nice and tall and rigid, almost stoic. and then bring it around. Finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll flip to the other side. Bring that knee up, rotate, heel behind you. Awesome. We're going to tick-tock back and forth here for 60 seconds, keeping your torso rigid, stance leg strong. Use that inside hand to give you more stability. Irradiate is that term. Create tension through your body so we can get more from that targeted joint action. Knee up, knee out, rotate, pull that heel back in. We're just going to tick-tock back and forth, 60 seconds here, thinking about getting as many quality reps as you can. That sticky part, create tension. Again, these high volume sets, these elongated sets, 60 seconds, you'll feel some kind of tension, some sort of crampy sensation, fight through. Okay, now we're going to go back down to knee. Same thing as elbow. We're going to do this for reps. Knee and elbow are same joint. Ankle and wrist are same joint. Hip and shoulder are same joint. So we're going to train them exact same from top to bottom. All right, so heel, hold in towards your hamstring. Rotate your knee out. So now where heel is pointed in and that toe is pointed out. Extend the knee. Pull that heel back in. Rotate that shin pointed in, so heel's pointed out. Extend. Back in. We're just going to tick-tock back and forth here for 3 reps. Once you're done with 3 here, we'll lock out the leg. We're going to lock out that knee because once we start to move that ankle, the more that knee is flexed, the more that shin can move or that tibia. That can alter the range of motion or perception, again, a compensation. So lock that knee out, create centration in that knee, point that toe towards your shin, heel in, toe in, make a circle clockwise for 3 reps. Feel all that tension and counterclockwise. Try to move through as full circle as possible. Perfect. Let's go to the other side. Pull that heel in, rotate that shin out. So toes pointed out, heels pointed in. Pull that heel back in, reverse. We're going to go 3 each way there. And then we'll go ahead and lock that leg out. Make a clockwise to counterclockwise circle. Perfect. Now, we're going to go on to toe here. So in toe, feet are going to be hip width apart. Thinking about all 5 toes are in contact with the ground. You should be able to feel the ground. This is the biggest proprioceptive organ we probably have that we're not using, meaning that the more I can feel the ground, the more I can use all 5 of my toes, the better strength from the foot up I'll have. So let's go ahead and increase the range, increase the stability, increase the function of your feet by learning how to re-educate them by moving them. All right, so let's go ahead. 5 toes are in contact with the ground. Pick your big toe up as high as you can and hold. So big toe is now elevated, 4 little toes are staying. Place that big toe back down on the ground. Let's repeat that again. Big toe back up and back down. Let's do one more. Big toe up and back down. Now, big toe is going to stay on the ground. Now we're going to lift our 4 little toes up. So big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up. Great. Now let's lift all 5 toes up off the ground. So now my 5 digits are away from the ground. My whole heel and base of my foot is on the ground. Touch your big toe down. Back up, down, back up, down, back up. Now what we're going to do is spread our toes as wide as we can. And we're going to try to touch from our pinky toe down to our big toe, 1 toe at a time, like we're piano keying down. So pinky toe first, second, third, fourth, and then big toe. All 5 toes back up. Second, third, fourth, fifth, big toe back down up. And then we're up again. Spread, pinky down to big toe. Awesome. We got one more drill. let's get into an all fours position. So our base position for quadruped, hands and knees, not just hands and knees, but shoulders stacked over wrist, hips stacked over knees. From here, we're going to go through cat camel, thinking one segment at a time. So pull your head up. So now I'm in cervical extension, bring my chin down, and then push my upper back towards the ceiling, trying to pull each one of my vertebrae up, 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 and then you'll get to your tailbone. Tailbone will dump behind and down. Now from here, start at the tailbone, and then one segment at a time, bring each one of your vertebrae close to the ground, get towards your neck, and then elevate that neck again, and then we're just going to snake back down, and then back up, back down, and back up. Awesome. Now we're going to go into a second position. So we're going to bring our hips back towards our heels. So I'm in this now collapsed position. And what this is doing is taking this lumbar out of the equation, right? So now my lumbar is completely locked in. So now what I've done is create that centrated effect or that locked joint effect. And now I'm going to have to get more range from somewhere else, which will come from the upper back, aka the thoracic spine. So we're just going to go through the same movement. Start off with extended, bring that chin down. So now I'm flexed. One segment at a time, pushing my vertebrae up and back. Go till you feel a block, and then reverse direction. And we're just going to snake up and down, almost like a slinky going down the stairs. One vertebrae moving at a time, trying to create a smooth, gradual transition up and down. We'll go one more rep. And then we'll transition forward. Then we're going to get down to our elbows. So now we're going to block our upper back, and now we're going to focus on our lumbar. So extended, flex, push as much of your vertebrae as you can towards the sky, and now we'll get down to that tailbone. Reverse, all the way back up. 3 up, 3 down. Awesome. Okay, that is our card. All right, so we're going to be in a prone position or face down the entire time. What we're going to work today is shoulder external rotation, shoulder flexion, shoulder extension. Big key here is getting to that crampy sensation. That means we're pushing towards end range. That means we're changing whatever neurological block there is. Also, too, maybe get a little extra contraction there and work a little bit upper body. So big focal point is going to be shoulder today, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So first position we're going to get is prone, shoulder external rotation. So line up here. You have yoga blocks. You have 3 heights. You have flat, moderate, vertical. I'm going to go flat, but you find the position for you that works. So once you get into this position, elbows at 90, you want completely abducted, so arm out wide just like such, resting your forearm here. You kind of do a quick litmus. If you can lift your hand more than 1 inch away from the yoga block, book, or towel, just try to stack a little bit higher. So whatever you have available to you. 2-minute stretch here. I would be remiss to say that we can't use this opportunity to work on some diaphragmatic breath. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, trying to stack that breath in. You'll feel your hands get heavy. You'll feel your elbows sink into the ground. That's good. That's what we're looking for. So we're a minute in, minute to go. We're going to go pale by driving our forearms down into the yoga block, book, or towel. rails by trapping your elbow, lifting your forearm away, trying to touch your back of your wrist to the ceiling. At the end of that rails, you can either go higher in height or wedge that yoga block, foam roll, towel, book, whatever you have closer to your elbow, so you have a little bit higher start point than when you started, or a higher point of range of motion than you started. Let's take a deep breath in, pack the air down, drive that arm down into the yoga block, 20% of your strength. 40%, 60%, 80%. Now your safest and greatest, and hold there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and wedge a little bit closer. Ooh. 1 minute hold here, and then we'll get set up here for some passive range liftoffs. So in the passive range liftoffs, we're going to go in the same direction we went in the rails, lifting our forearms up towards the sky, holding for a 5 count, parachuting down. We're going to do 10 reps. Now we want to get a little bit out of this end range position when we're done with this stretch. So we'll either lower the yoga block down or move a book, whatever you have available to you. Just have a lower start point so we can get into this range with each rep of the liftoff. Let's push that yoga block down, and now we're here. All right, now from here, trap your elbow, pack the air down, lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Now what we're going to do is stay in this position, and we're going to come from this abducted, externally rotated position into a extended, internally rotated position of the shoulder. So it looks like a half swimmer. So from here, we're going to lift our forearm, elbow as high as we can, and then we're going to straighten out, rotate behind, pull both hands behind our back, drop our elbows to the ground. Now we're going to lift, bring them both back up, all the way to the start, and then down. That's 1. We're going to do 5 reps up and down, finishing that extended position. Now let's pack the air down, lift up, extend, rotate behind, lift, extend, and back down. 2, lift, reach, rotate, down, lift, reach, rotate, down. Lift, rotate, down, lift, rotate, and down. Lift, rotate, down, lift, rotate, down. 1 more half rep, lift, rotate, and down. Now we're in this extended, internally rotated position of our shoulder. So almost the reverse of what we just did. You're letting your elbows drop to the ground, and we're holding here for 2 minutes. Just trying to relax your breath. The further your hands are up your back, and the more your elbows are dropping, the more you're in extended and internally rotated position. Also adducted, I guess. Again, relax that position. Try to control your breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Try to set up here for some tails and rails. So minute in, minute to go. We're going to go pails by driving the back of our wrist into the back. And then we're going to drive down to 100%, work up to that, and then hold for 10. At the end of that pails, you're going to lift your hands away while trying to keep your elbows down. So we're going to try to get more internally rotated. That's going to be tricky because you're probably at end range of extension. So as you're pulling your hands up to the sky, you're thinking about you're pushing your elbows down to the ground. So try to not necessarily lift your whole arm up, but try to lead with your hands and keep your elbows down towards the ground. Let's take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, drive the knuckles down into your back, hold for 20 or 20%. Now ramp up to 40, ramp up to 60, ramp up to 80. Your safest, greatest, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. We'll sit deeper into that stretch by letting our elbows drop to the ground. Hopefully, have a little bit more range than we started. We're also going to do lift offs here. So that's going to be just lifting your hands away from your back, holding for a 5 count. We'll do 10 reps there. And then we're actually going to now take this position and go completely overhead. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, pack the ear down, lift the hands, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Okay, so we're going to do our circle here a little bit different. So we're going to lift our arms up, come all the way around. We're going to bypass those yoga blocks, but then get our arms over our head and then bend our elbows and finish with our hands behind our back, behind our head. So what it'll look like is we'll lift this arm up. Go ahead, follow along. Extend your elbows. Thumbs are pointed back. Rotate the thumbs pointing forward now. Come overhead till you get both biceps to ears. And then now reach behind and then down. And then we'll lift, rotate back, reach behind, and then we'll parachute down. That's 1. We're going to do 4 more. Pack, lift, all the way around. 3. So it's rep 4. Okay, now we're going to do a half rep, but we're just going to move these yoga blocks over our head and then rest our forearms or back of our wrist on that yoga block with our thumbs pointed up. Remember, we have 3 heights here. We have flat, moderate, vertical. Find where you can lift that arm no more than a 1/4 inch off the block. And then we'll relax here for 2 minutes. Okay, so another 30 seconds here. We're gonna go pails, driving our arms down into the yoga blocks, rails, lifting our arms away, 10 seconds each direction. At the end of the rails, if we have more space, or if you move your arm more than an inch away from the yoga block, either wedge a little bit closer to your armpit or stack a little bit higher. All right, let's take a breath in, pack the air down, drive your hands down, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80, safe as great as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either adjust or get into a deeper position by pulling that yoga block closer to your armpit. A minute here, and then we're going to move the yoga blocks back down to where we started and go into 10 passive range lift offs. So big PRLO here today. "30 seconds, and then we'll flatten out the blocks and get into passive range lift off. Let's move those blocks down. All right, now we're just going to go in the same direction as the rails. Lift up and hold. Pack the air down. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Okay. We're going to finish off with what I call a little flow. So we're going to go 3 positions. Position 1 would be an upward dog. Position 2 would be a downward dog. Position 3 would be an inchworm to our hand. Then we'll reverse the pattern back down. And we're going to hold those positions. It will be 3 seconds, what I'm calling a complete breath. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, control both directions. So we'll start off in a push-up position. We'll press up, breath. We'll push our butt back into a downward dog, breath. We'll walk our hands towards our toes, breath. Walk our hands back down, get back to a start position, rinse, wash, and repeat. We're going to go 5 reps. So take your time, think about range of motion, think about setting up. So let's get lined up here in a push-up position to start. Press your chest up off the ground. Hold here for 1 full breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Dig your toes into the dirt. Push your butt back. Downward dog into the bottom position. Hold here, breath in. Now we're going to walk our hands towards our heels. Hold here. And then we'll just walk further forward. Back down. Breath. And then we'll get upward dog. Downward dog. And walk your hands back. Walk back. Upward dog. We're on rep 3 now. Downward dog. Safety position here. Upward dog. Downward dog. That's 4. We got 1 more complete rep. Finish off a little safety. All right, we're gonna finish off with some breathing. Okay, so let's finish off with some breathing. We're gonna go 3 positions to choose from. And the reason behind each position, it formats a different way for your body in space. So if my body is facing down, if my body's facing up, it's a different gravitational effect on that thorax, right? So if I'm pointing straight up and we have this negative pressure pulling air into our lungs from the diaphragm contracting, it's different when my torso is pointed down or an inverted position. Now we don't have negative pressure, we have the effect of gravity. So in a sense, I have to contract to inhale. We reverse it. We have to contract to exhale when we're inverted. And that goes into why we want to focus on inhale versus exhale, right? So in regards to the positions, if you really struggled with internal rotation, this one, if I was cramping a lot, I felt like I had nothing, you want to be inverted. And what that does is gets a little bit more of a bias towards exhalation or that breathing out. And the position we want to do with that is going to be a inverted position. We want hips stacked over knees, just like we did in the CARS multi-segmental spine. So hips stacked over knees, elbows on the ground. Now, the more I'm elevated in my knees, the more inverted I am. So we can grab a yoga block, we can place that underneath our knees just like such, and we can get more inverted. We can use books, we can use towels, we can have balance pads, do that. But the more inverted you are, the more effect you have on challenging exhalation. So if you really struggled with that internal rotation of the hip, you want to focus on a exhale bias strategy, aka inversion. The second position, well, and I know this probably feels a little counterintuitive, but stick with me, is if you struggle with the external rotation with the legs in front, will be that crocodile position, just like we did in our prone shoulder external rotation. So I'm here. And what this is, instead, I know it feels like we're inverted still, but what this is instead is now I give myself some sort of resistance when I inhale. So exhalation for internal rotation, inhalation for external rotation limitation. So now I'm going to bias inhalation or breathing in because I'm giving myself resistance. So as I breathe in through the nose, I'm going to have to push my body away and I have to contract. I have to contract that diaphragm and I have to really pull that air in because I have some body weight resistance as I'm pushing it in. So crocodile if you struggle with external rotation. Now the final one would be a 90-90 with a internal rotation on the left side bias, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Where you want to focus on that, if you didn't really struggle with internal external rotation, but you might have felt the left side was a lot more restricted than the right side, specifically internal rotation wise, That's when you want to go a 90-90 internal rotation left side bias position. So what that will look like is I'm going to get a chair or a wall and set up with a 90-90 breathing position. I know that probably seems confusing because we did 90-90 for our position to stretch. But the truth is it's the same 90-90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, just kind of a different angle, I guess. So from here, my heels are resting on a chair. I am now relaxed in this position. I want to pull my knees there. If you have a towel or yoga block, we're going to squeeze that between our knees. Remember we talked about abduction? So same thing, adduction now. And then I'm going to try to pull my left heel out and then point my right knee straight back. From here, I'm going to pull my heels down onto the chair or the wall. And what that's going to do is activate my hamstrings and then get my pelvis from this anterior to more posterior position. And what that will do is bias that internal rotation on the left side, and it's going to challenge the diaphragm to breathe against that, like what we call left AIC position. Now, torso matters quite a bit here. Remember, the lungs are different sizes from left to right. The heart's on the left side, the liver's on the right side. So what I'll do is as I'm driving my left heel out, squeezing this yoga block between my knees, I'm going to take my left hand, place it on my ribs, and take my right hand, place it overhead. If you feel more comfortable just going inverted or crocodile, completely fine. But if you felt like, hey, I had a massive limitation on that left side during that hip internal rotation, that 90-90 position with the leg back, I really strongly suggest you go to that 90-90 position. Now, what we're going to do from here is pause, maybe play around with each one of those positions, and then figure out which one you're going to go from there. So if you need to stop right now, please do. Now we're going to go into the actual breathing cadence. So whatever position you are, we're going to go inverted, crocodile, or 90-90. We're going to go into this 4-4-4-8 or 4-4-8 fork tempo. So breathe in for 4, we'll hold for 4, we'll breathe out for 8, we'll hold out for 8. So I'll say 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, 8-7-6-5, 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, and we'll repeat. So we're going to find that position, and we're going to go through 10 cycles of that 4-4-8-4 tempo. All right, so whatever one you want to get into, let's go ahead and get into that now. So if I'm in a crocodile position, if I'm in an inverted position, or if I'm into this 90-90 position, let's go ahead and do so now. Get a couple breaths in that position just to kind of get comfortable. Remember, we're always going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to breathe out through the mouth. And no matter what position we're in, whether it's inhale or exhale bias, it's still going to be controlled full air in through the nose, controlled pushing the air out exhalation. The imaginary breathing in through a straw is going to be kind of the metaphor we'll stick with. And we're going to do that for 10 repetitions, and I'll guide you through each one. All right, so let's get that position. We're now getting a couple breaths in. Let's start to get into this direction. So everyone breathe out. Now we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the air out through the mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Pull air in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now continue on for 5 more cycles. Thinking about filling in as much of that air in. Keep breathing. So we should be now moving into that hold, that exhale. If you're getting to that inverted position, exhale will get progressively harder and harder. You'll start to maybe get a little bit of lightheaded. Control that breath. If you need to take a break, take a pause, get out of that position for a second. Do so. Try not to make yourself to the point of passing out. If you're in that crocodile position, you're going to really struggle potentially getting into that inhale or that breathing in. If you're in that 90-90 position, you'll find that left leg's going to want to move out of that position. You'll find you'll start to squirm. You'll start to contort. It'll be hard to pull down on your heels. It'll be harder to squeeze that yoga block towel or book. It'll just be harder, right? So that's the goal, is to try to maintain that tempo. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a great tempo to keep on your own. So if you ever need 5 breaths in a good position, anytime you need to do that, we'll get a huge amount of benefit. Getting 5 cycles of that, 3 cycles of that. All right, so we should just be wrapping up that final inhalation or that final exhalation, and we can slowly move from that position. All right, so that concludes our breathing. Really good strategy to help finish off. If you ever need to do that post-session, great aspect of getting a really good targeted effect. All right, we'll break here, and that concludes Stretch for today.